Alright guys, now this video is making our most popular items, so some tips and trips to making the burrito. So first of all, each burrito goes in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you get an order of 2 burritos, you want to use both microwaves to speed up the process. Now this is one secret, is to drop your line of butter, so just one straight line of butter or liquid margarine per burrito, drop it down when you put it in the microwave. The reason you do that is because that butter will brown a little bit and cook a little bit on the grill, and it'll speed up the process once you get the burrito out of the microwave. So one side down is going to like automatically be grilled right when it hits that butter. Now, if you're catering this item, you can put up to 3 burritos in a microwave at a time, and up to 3 burritos, you basically put them in for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. If you have 2 burritos, you put them in for 3 minutes. If you have 1 burrito, you put it in for 1 minute and 30 seconds. The reason we split it between 2 microwaves if we just have 2 burritos is because then it cuts your cook time in half, 1.5 minutes in each microwave instead of a 3-minute total overall. Anything over that, 4 burritos or anything over 3.5 minutes, there's a possibility of the cheese to get really hard in one of the burritos, to catch kind of a hot pocket and get really hard, and we don't want that to happen. So we never cook more than 3 burritos at a time, and in 3 burritos we do a manual time set to 3.5 minutes. So right now they've been up there for about 1 minute or so. We see the butter kind of browning on the grill. The butter no longer as kind of yellow. We've seen it kind of disappeared on there. And we're about to get them out of the microwave and bring them down. One thing you'll notice is when we put the burritos in the microwave, we separated it from the paper and set them back on the paper. And that way, once the burritos get warm, that tortilla doesn't stick to the paper. So that's kind of a tip and a trick for you. Doing that there is to separate the burrito from the paper and then set it back down on the paper to make sure it hasn't kind of congealed to the paper as it's been in the refrigerator overnight. So then really you've just got 1 minute or so on each side of the burrito. So burrito shouldn't be any more than 3 to 4 minutes from start to finish, from ticket coming in and ticket going out. And a 10-minute burrito is way too long, and all that means is you're not watching the ticket machine close enough, or you've got a backup in the kitchen, which is okay every once in a while. But you really want it about on 1 minute per side. When we're going to flip these over here in about 1 minute, you're going to see it's nice and brown on one side. There's no reason to flip a burrito 3 or 4 times either. You just want to flip it once, brown it on the other side, and then send it out the door. So you can see the color on these burritos as they sat in that butter are nice and brown. You're really just getting some salt and butter on these burritos. You're not, they're already cooked. The items inside are already cooked. The items inside the burrito are already warmed up based on being in the microwave. So we're really just trying to get some crisp, some salt, and some brown on the outside. What we're going to show you here is 2 presentations. Actually, one is how you wrap a burrito to go. And then when we have a burrito for here, we actually cut it in half and set it back on the flat top for just a second to sear the inside, much like we do with the grilled cheese as well. So I'm going to show you both of those presentations coming up here. Each of these are going to sit on the back side for about another minute or so, or about 1 minute total on this back side. So coming up here, we're about to take one off. The one you can see we wrap in the foil very simply, where you set it in the foil. You wrap in the 2 ends, and then you roll it over so you have a flat side. We don't want to crunch it up. We don't want the foil to be too melty or to be too crumbly because it doesn't look very good. And then also when the foil is clean like it's about to be, so you can see I can wrap it over once, I wrap it over on each end, and then I spin it once. So you have a nice flat surface there. That also allows us to write what kind of burrito it is on the package if you need to. So you could write sausage on there if someone had a sausage and a bacon. You can see on the burrito for here, we're going to put it in one of the taco boats, but first we're going to sear it on the grill again. So in the taco boat, we would set the sauce in there, and then we would just sear the inside and then stack the burrito, kind of lay it out, one kind of laying on top of the other piece, so it's in a nice presentation when it goes out. So you can see in the boat, you can see that's nice. All the cheese is nice and closed up, nice and seared, and you can see as it lays there, it's kind of just the perfect presentation as it rolls out the door. We serve both with sauce.